Number 9. Domestic cats. You will not have a hard time finding house cats on stamps. Actually, it's amazing how many there are out there. Why is it always cats? They get all the viral videos as well as now being in the top 10 topics to collect. I'm a dog person and spoiler alert, dogs don't make the top 10 here. Interestingly enough, we only started to see stamps issued with cats frequently after 1952, with this stamp from the Netherlands, a child playing with a kitten. However, it's not the first. The first is a real gem. It's this one from Spain. This goes back to 1930, where Spain was celebrating aviators, this one being Charles Lindbergh, featuring the famous flight leaving the United States when he crossed the Atlantic Ocean. In the bottom right corner is his cat, a kitten named Patsy, who used to actually fly with him, but did not go on this particular flight because he claimed it was too dangerous. So there's Patsy watching him leave on the journey. Aww. Number 8. Art or artists. Any stamp depicting works of art, paintings or sculptures, even the artists themselves. Again, there's no shortage of stamps on art or artists. You can be as broad or specific as you want. You can collect a particular artist or time period of art. Number 7. Scouts. Both Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts on stamps. This is popular worldwide. The classics that I have are from the United States. It's this one with the Boy Scouts of America issued in 1950, or the most iconic representation of Boy Scouts with this US 50th anniversary commemorative to Boy Scouts, as well as this one celebrating the 50th anniversary of Girl Scouts in the United States. Did you know that one of the merit badges for Scouts is a stamp collecting badge? Somebody actually sent me this merit badge book from 1951, and it tells you the guidelines on how to go about getting your stamp collecting merit badge. I'm not ready for my merit badge yet. I got some work to do. Number 6. Butterflies and moths. I expected this to be on the list. Butterflies are perfect for stamps. They're bright and colorful, and the species varies between geographies. So you'll find plenty of butterflies to collect. If you have lepidopterophobia, you will not be collecting these stamps, unless you're looking to overcome your fear. All in all, they make for a great collection, and of course you could be collecting a specific species of butterfly. Number 5. Railroads and trains. Again, I am not surprised by this. You can collect classical locomotives to modern day rail. From monorails to trolleys, from paintings of trains to photographs of trains, from toy trains to freight trains, from Australia to Zimbabwe, there are a lot of train stamps out there. You may want to be a little more specific in defining your topic. I know of a collector the ATA was telling me about who only collects trains on bridges. So that's a great way to shape your topic and achieve your collection. Moving on. Number 4. Medical subjects. This covers a wide range of collectible topics. It could be diseases, medical achievements, doctors or medical professionals. This could cover anti-smoking campaigns, for example. Here's one from Germany, as well as one issued from the old Bophuthatswana. One of the first set to be issued is celebrating the Red Cross, or the 50th anniversary of the Red Cross, with this stamp. Also, the founder of the Red Cross, Clara Barton, was honored in 1948 with this stamp. And there are seemingly a large amount of Red Cross stamps as well as health stamps in general that I just never paid attention to until now, which is interesting. Number 3. Birds on stamps. Just like butterflies being bright, colorful, and specific to particular regions, birds make for great subjects on stamps. They could be penguins, pigeons, parrots, cardinals, owls, doves, flamingos, you name it, it's been on a stamp. What's also interesting is that birds are associated with carrying mail, and you often see it on stamps representing airmail or just carrying an envelope. One of the gems or classics to get is the Basel dove. It was issued by the Swiss canton of Basel in July of 1845, and is the first tricolor stamp in the world. The dove is carrying a letter. It's a classic, but it's also very expensive. Number 2, space on stamps. I'm not at all surprised that this is in the top 10. Maybe a little surprised that it's as high as number 2, but astrophilately is a very popular area of stamp collecting. Some of the coolest stamps are issued with spacecraft, missions in space. The USA has some popular ones, was of course the first man on the moon one being one of the most popular. But now let's not forget the former Soviet Union, who also issued some great stamps, including the Sputnik stamps, the first woman in space, the first man in space, and more. Now, what was the first space stamp? Well, these were issued to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Fort Bliss in El Paso, Texas. And it features a rocket modeled after the V-2 rockets used by the Germans in World War II. You see, after World War II, several of the German rocket scientists were brought over to Fort Bliss, where they actually employed their knowledge into developing some of the rockets that eventually led to the successful production of the great rockets that carried satellites and astronauts into space. And therefore, these stamps are definitely the first to feature a rocket launch, but also therefore can be considered the first stamps to feature a space subject. Let's go over a few honorable mentions that just didn't cut the list but were close. Aviation on stamps. Aerophilately is a very popular one. I'm surprised it didn't make top 10. But of course, planes are very much depicted on airmail, as well as plenty of commemoratives. Disney on stamps is a popular one. Mickey Mouse has made his way onto a number of stamps around the world, as well as other beloved characters from movies and cartoons. The Olympics on stamps, every 2 years, either the Winter or the Summer Olympics, will show up on stamps around the world. And another really big one is flowers on stamps, another very popular topic to show up on definitives. Flowers are, of course, very colorful and again, native to particular regions around the world. So what is the most popular topic collected? Number 1 goes to ships and watercraft on stamps. Many nations have depicted ships on stamps. They have been a means of transporting mail over long distances, long before airmail. They're also symbols of economic and military power. And in many cases, they have historical significance to the issuing nation. And you can collect anything from a simple canoe to the famous Canadian Blue Nose stamp. Some of the earliest stamps to feature a ship were from Bermuda in 1902. These depict a dry dock with sailing vessels anchored in the harbor. Are you surprised by this list? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know of any other topics that you may collect. A topical collection could be your main collection, or a side collection where you still collect the world, for instance, but on the side there's a particular subject that is of interest to you that you define and collect yourself. You can learn so much about a subject that way, as well as make it achievable to actually collect all the stamps of that topic, depending on how specific you define it. I have a few ideas of my own on what I want to start collecting, and I'll share that with you later. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.